We are 1578 in puzzles. That's our rating for puzzles. So, can we checkmate the white king? Immediately, I'm seeing queen takes bishop on d2. And then perhaps because it's backed up by the rook, so the king can't take it, king would be forced to move over to the f1 square, and then queen can probably just go here and then here. I think that'll be mate, because we're expecting this to block. That's where our queen will take it. So let's go ahead and try that. Yep, that's the way. This queen right here would go d1 to block, and we would just take it with our queen still applying checkmate. Win my queen to win the puzzle. So we gotta win black's queen. And we do have a queen and a rook, as does our opponent. So yeah, the obvious one here is we actually just put him in check, sacrifice the rook, put it on g5, take the pawn, puts him in check. He has to respond, and you know what? Maybe that's not so obvious, because you'd think he would just take with the queen and then we would take. But he may not do that. Let's calculate, because if he moves his king either way, let's see. We can just go. Well, we could go here. We can chase him around for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try it. Okay. Yeah, I like the rook f5 because it's still looking, and if queen takes, then we just take. But I'm a little bit nervous on that. Yeah, that was right. Okay, so he wants to walk. He's moving. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do with the queen to put the king in check. This is an interesting one. I don't see what we're supposed to do at this point. Oh, well, we take the queen with the rook. Yeah, let's do that one again. So it's forcing moves, check, check, and there. And the reason he didn't just take with the queen right here is because we would just take it with the pawn. So yeah. Good stuff. All right. We have a queen and a rook and two minor pieces. Our opponent has 2 rooks. They have an extra rook above us. They have a queen, 2 rooks, and 2 minor pieces. So let's assess the board here. Okay. First thing I'm seeing is what I'm seeing is queen to h6 puts his king in check. He blocks with his queen, and then we can actually take with our queen, and that's checkmate because it's defended by the bishop. So what would happen here? He's in check. He has to do something. The only thing he can do is block with his queen, and then we just move our queen up and take it, and he can't do anything because it's defended by this bishop. Okay, we can promote our pawn with black. Yeah, So this is like an endgame puzzle right here, and that's a little bit difficult for me. I haven't studied endgames much, so a little bit nervous on this one. Not so much nervous. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong. That's okay. I'm learning. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do good on this one necessarily. I mean, the way I see it, why not just push up? Okay. Yeah. And then I think so this rook can't come to defense because he's got a pawn blocking it. So I'm thinking we trade rooks. And then we take. And we're promoted. Ooh, he didn't even do anything. Now it's okay. Now he spent that extra turn to do that. Definitely it'd be a blunder to just take his rook, because then the other rook takes and it's looking at our pawn. We lose the pawn, no doubt. So I think we promote, and then he can take our rook, and then we take, and he's in check. So I say we promote, and then we take, put him in check. Yep. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate. White to move. Okay, we have a queen, a rook, and a minor piece. And our opponent has a bunch of stuff. Queen, 2 rooks, 3 minor pieces. So this is check. Bishop can take. Oh, okay, so knight to f6 is check. Bishop can take. Are we an immediate threat of a check? We are. Not so much, because we have a pawn that could take his queen. So it looks like we might be able to make one move that's not a forcing move. But yeah, I guess the obvious one is put the queen on g5 and take the bishop, because that puts him in check. And then he would have to move here or here. Which, if you moved here, we'd be able to fork, winning ourselves a queen. So he would... or we'd be able to win the game, because we would go here. No, wait. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like we take the bishop. Yeah. But how would that be checkmate? He could just go here. And then... guess at that point we would go here. And then he would have to go back here. And then, yeah, we would deliver checkmate with this. Okay. Checkmate. Okay, black to move. We don't have a queen. What did we just lost a pawn. We don't have a queen, so we have 2 rooks, 3 minor pieces. Our opponent has a queen and 2 rooks and 3 minor pieces. Yeah, so this is a really good idea right here, because we have our rook, a discovered check, when we move our knight over to the d3 square, take the pawn. And then, but it may be checkmate if we move our knight here onto f3. His king has to move here. That's where we can put our rook up, and the knight covers this square. Rook covers all these squares. Queen wouldn't have anywhere to go. Now, if we put our knight here, he can go here, and then rook could go here, but then the king can fork the rook and the knight. So here would be a blunder, but over here is the winning idea. Okay. Got a checkmate black. We have a rook and 2 knights, and our opponent has 2 rooks, knight, and a bishop. Usually the opponent is up a rook, it seems. Okay. So I see a check here. That's it right there. Because the king, once we go here, knight to d4, that's check because the king cannot, well, he can't take my knight right away. He can't go up because the rook. He can't go down here because of the pawn. He can't go straight down because this knight. He can't go here because the pawn. So knight to d4 is the answer. A happy checkmate. Okay, let's checkmate Black's king. We have a queen and a rook and a knight. Our opponent has a queen, a rook, a knight, a bishop. So he's a bishop up plus some pawns. First thing I'm seeing is this b7 right here without looking too much into it. That's the first idea I'm seeing. He won't be able to take my queen on b7, and he will be able to go up 1. So I do have to calculate this before I do anything crazy. So he can move up 1 to d8. And then can we checkmate him? I don't think we can checkmate him just by going to b8, because then he can just move back down. We have no other supporting pieces to really protect the queen. Oh, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing rook to a7. Rook takes pawn on a7. That is an immediate check, and when he goes up, queen on b8 would be checkmate. But what stops that is if he goes here to avoid the rook. He goes to c8, and now all of a sudden the queen, we're in some trouble because then we can only go here. Rook can't defend queen up here. So I'm thinking the first thing we do maybe is let's see. What's the cleanest way to ensure checkmate on this? Do we go rook a7, king goes up? Well, let's make it the more difficult way. King goes here. I guess we can always put our queen up on b7 if he goes there, and like if the king goes here, it's checkmate because we'll do queen b8. If the king goes here instead, then we go queen b7, and then he's forced to move back 1, and then it's b8 anyways. So queen b8, rook a7, queen b8 is the winning idea. So let's start with this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's solved. Okay, can we win Black's knight, or White's knight? We're Black. We have a queen and 2 rooks and a bishop. White has a queen, 2 rooks, and a knight. And we're gonna win that knight. We can't take it with our queen because then his queen will take. He's got a really powerful, I think they call this a battery, right here. When you've got like 2 rooks or a rook and a queen or something going down the same line. That's very strong, very powerful. Yeah, so to win the knight, we could do like a fork with bishop d5. But that would overall be bad. We would lose a bishop and a rook. I don't want to just take this, because then his queen takes and we lose a queen. We'd be down 5 more points. 6 more points. And he's forking rooks right now, so it's like we have to take the knight. It almost seems like this bishop here is the saving, is the way. Oh, I think I see it. So obviously, when the bishop is here, it creates a lot of problems. It's looking at the knights. If he takes, he loses. Maybe not. Let's see. Bishop d5. Rook takes. Rook takes. Queen takes. We're no good. That's no good. Yeah, I already figured that. What I'm thinking is, let's say the rook doesn't take and the queen retreats, which would be a low-level move. I mean, who would do that? Then we would win the knight easily. How do we take this knight? I feel like we've got to put pressure on the queen in order to encourage the knight to not take one of these rooks. We have to put pressure on the queen. But then his rooks are kind of stopping that. Then we have an idea where we can do a forcing move where we trade queens actually by putting him in check. He takes. We do this. But then we're not looking at a knight. So we do have a way of getting the queen out of there. This one is hard. I'm not seeing it. Unless we can trap the queen. Now if we do this, or no, sorry, if we take the knight with our queen and he takes our queen, can we trap the queen? I don't think so. Well, actually we would be able to do this, but then he can just move back up, so that would be, or he would just take it, so that'd be a blunder. You know, this is a problem. The fact that the knight is so active has us in a fork. Three ideas I have. One, take the knight. I don't think that's a good idea. Two, put him in check. Trade queens. I think that's a better idea. Or three, fork with the bishop. But I don't think that's as good of an idea because then he just takes with a rook. And then we're kind of down a rook and a bishop. So I feel like the best is the middle idea, which is to take the knight. Oh, it's not it. That's not it either. It was not that either. So I'm totally lost. Oh, why did I not think of this? Seriously? How does that win his knight? Is that a mess? Is that a faulty puzzle? I mean, what? I feel like that misled me. This is not about winning the knight. This is about... So that's equal points. We won a rook. I mean, that's winning a rook. Right? I mean, I could see like if we won 3 points, it would be a knight. Let's see. We're down 5. We're equal. We're up 5. So that's winning a rook. So maybe I should stop. You know what? Let's take this as a sign. We're officially going to stop seeing the puzzle goals, and we're going to see how we can do. We're going to see a huge rating drop. I already don't know what to do with this. Are we looking at checkmate or are we looking at... This is hilarious. Yeah, actually this one's pretty easy. I think we're looking at checkmate. I see queen takes on f2. I think that's the idea. So let's just double check. Queen takes on f2. King has to move back. Sacrifice queen. Rook takes. Our rook takes f1. Brilliant sacrifice. Okay, white to move. White to move. We have a queen and 2 pawns, and this yeah. So our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, and a knight and a bishop. Thank goodness we did not sacrifice. We did not give up, resign in this position. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't resign. Just because you're down material. Because look, you can find yourself potentially in a situation like this, and apparently we can checkmate from here. So first thing I'm thinking is the only forcing move we can really do, which is queen to h7. King has to go here, then we go queen h8. Then his king can go here. Then we could go queen takes on g7. I think we're... Let's see, is the idea just to win a rook? Let's see. This must be it. King has to go here. And then I know we can go up 1. And then he can go there. It's not like we can take the rook after that. Let's do this. And then we can take here. We can take here. Then his king has to move here. Then we can checkmate him just by going here, so the queen does a little walk. Interesting. I like it. We solved it. Okay, black to move. I'm guessing we're gonna promote. We definitely don't want to do this, because then we're pushing for a draw if we try to take his pawn, which his pawn's trying to race down, ours is trying to race up. We want to defend our pawn and move it up, and defend it and move it up. All we have to do is move our king up twice. Yeah, we totally did that one. White to move. Okay, we have a rook, and our opponent has a queen and a rook. This looks like a checkmate. This is a checkmate situation. No, it's so close to being a checkmate position. I think it still is a checkmate position, and I see where. Initially I thought this, but the queen can take. And so I think we're looking at pawn to h3. Push the h pawn. Just one square, and then he cannot go up because the rook is blocking. He cannot go here because the pawn is defending. He cannot go here because this pawn's defending. He will be under attack, so he can't go anywhere. h3. Checkmate. White to move. We have 2 rooks. Our opponent has 2 rooks and 2 knights. This looks like an easy... Oh, well, it would look like an easy checkmate. That would be checkmate. But our rook is pinned, because if we move our rook, it would be an illegal move because we would be put in check. So I'm seeing this one. Yeah, this is a weird situation because... Okay, I think I see it. I think I see the solution. Because if we were to do this, and then he blocks with a rook, and then we take rook, then he takes with another rook, and then we just push our rook up, well, we just lost our rook. He would come out on top. But if we take his rook and then he takes back and then we do this, then he goes up, that would be ideal. So let's try that. That was not the idea. Does it not Oh, I'd be in check again. So of course that's a bad idea. Wow. Oh, that's an idea I've never seen before. Yeah, that's good. Of course this would be a bad idea. We had a pin. Yeah. I deserved that. I deserve to lose 100 rating points for that. Yeah, so again. Oops, I didn't mean to put it somewhere else. So the idea is put him in check. He defends. We take. Nope. We don't take. We don't take. Check. Defend. It's attacking ours, but we don't care because we put another check. He takes this one, and then we take it with checkmate. Yeah, I like that. It's very interesting. Never seen that position before. White to move. We have 2 rooks and all of our minor pieces. Our opponent has 2 rooks and 3 of their minor pieces and a queen. This is... Ooh, this is what's tough. Is this a checkmate? Is this a checkmate position, or is this... I think it's a checkmate position. I think what I'm seeing right now, first thing I'm seeing is a knight to f5. That puts the king in check. Bishop is protected. So king can't go here. He can't take the knight. That's the most important thing. So anyways, king can't go here or here because the bishop. Can't go here because of the knight. Won't be able to go here because of this knight. And so it's checkmate with knight f5. Okay. We have a queen, 2 rooks, and all of our minor pieces. Our opponent has a queen, 2 rooks, all of their minor pieces. I like this position with all the pressure we have here, and we have a lot of pressure, putting a lot of pressure on stuff, and his pieces are all kind of jumbled up over here. So we're probably thinking checkmate. I got to remember when we're white, when it's white to move, when we're playing as white, A is on the left side, bottom left. Okay, so this would be H, the H file. Any forcing moves? I don't see any forcing moves right away. I feel like we would really screw up our situation if we just threw the queen out there, because then it'd be really hard to checkmate him. I couldn't see a real checkmate there. The pawn here probably has a lot of significance. The knight as well. Just not seeing. So he can't put us in check. He can't really kill us right now. And what is he attacking? He's not really attacking anything right now. So we have to do a setup move first. So maybe it's knight to h4. Yeah, I'd love to just do queen takes on g6, but then his pawn would just take it. I think another good one is just taking g6 with the bishop. can we force checkmate in this situation? I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go with bishop D. The bishop takes. Wow, it's a brilliant sacrifice. Because it leaves our queen, you know, so good. It leaves our queen good. We were threatening to take his rook, so it makes sense. I think now we pretty much have checkmate. Because we take the g6 pawn and put him in check with the queen, and then he can't move to the f file, so he has to move here on h8. He's cornered, but then what do we do to deliver checkmate? That's the question. We can't just go here because the rook. Oh. Darn. Okay, I'm thinking at this point we could move the bishop up. No. Rook takes, queen takes. Queen doesn't want to take because then the king would take. So, but queen could go here. But then the king can escape. So I'm feeling like the knight might have something to do with this. No, but then he can really mess my position up just by doing this. So I think we take. Yeah, and then just taking his rook is probably the best idea. Because if we take his rook, if we take his rook, then the next turn we can do this, and that's checkmate. But what can he do? So if we take his rook, he can put his queen out, which can really mess things up. That can really mess us up, can't it? Overall, it would have meant we won material, but I don't think we're shooting for just winning material. I think we're trying to go for a checkmate. I think we take his rook. But then, you know, what happens then? So what if we put him in check with the bishop? Yeah, I think taking his rook, I mean, we got to get the points. Yeah, so it was just, there might be a checkmate there, but I don't see it because of this queen. But then we can just do a queen trade. Pull our bishop back and we're still in the game. We did some damage. Maybe there's a checkmate there and I don't see it.